Hello everyone, this is Manoj. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will talk and discuss about how we can create a React application and web API, and we will use CRUD operation using entity framework, and for the backend we will use SQL Server. So far I have created a database with the name CRUD React Web API, and inside this database, as you can see, the object explorer, I have a table employee, and in the employee I have ID, first name, last name, mobile, and email. These five fields, and I have also created a blank React application. As you can see, the React CRUD app. So this is the default folder structure of React app. So this is a brand new React application, and now go to Web API. So I have created a new Web API project. So this is the default folder structure of Web API project. Now first let's try to add entity framework in the Web API project. So go to this models folder, right click and go to add, then new item. So we will add our entity framework. So go to data, then entity data model. So let's give it a name, model React Web API. Click on add. So make sure you will select EF designer from database as it is default selected. Click on next. Now click on new connection. So we will try and set up a new connection which will communicate to our SQL server. So go to your SQL server, click on connect, then database engine, and copy your server name. For me, it is desktop hyphen this slash SQL Express. For your machine, it would be different. So copy this web API project. So here, paste your server name, and here in the database list, click on this. So it will load all your local databases, whatever is there in your SQL server. So our database name is CRUD React Web API. So let's select CRUD React Web API and click on test connection. Connection is succeeded. Click on OK. So it will save our EDMX file, which is the entity data model, and it will give us a connection string name over here. So once this will be done, so let's copy this and open a notepad and paste it. We will use it in our methods. Click on next. So it will show all your tables, views, store procedures. As of now, we are having a brand new database, so only one table is there. So select the table and also copy this model. Click on finish. So now what it will do, it will create our data model, and inside that data model we will have a entity which is identical to this employee class. All right, so we will see all the fields like ID, first name, last name, mobile, email over there. So let's wait for some time so that it will create our EDMX file, which is entity data model. So as you can see, our EDMX file has been generated. As I told, in the database we are having only one table, so only one entity has been generated, and you can see the fields are identical to our SQL table. Now if we go to our EDMX file, we are having this context file. These are pre-generated once you add your entity. So let me close all of them, and if you go to this model react web api.tt, here you will see your employee partial class. It will also have the same fields as your entity. So let me close. Let me copy this. We will need this one. So in the models, go to add and class. and give it a name employee model and paste your class. We will need these properties, and also we will need one more property, type. Save this. Again, go to model and add a new class and give it a name response. And inside this, we will have some properties. First one is response code. Another one is response message. And another one is employee. And last one is list of employee. So list employee employees get set. So we will need these two classes. All right. So let's close both of them. Now inside the controllers, if you create a new web API project, so you will get two controllers. One is home, another one is values. So this values is our API controller, as you can see, and this is our normal MVC controller. So let's close both of them. Let's create another controller and go to web API 2 controller empty, click on it and give it a name employee controller. So we'll create a new controller and we'll write code from scratch, each and everything. So controller has been created. So first of all, go to your notepad, copy this entities and give it a name db equal new entities. So hover over it, click on this. So it will add your model's namespace. Same way, we will require, let's try to write our first method. So public response add product. So not product, add employee. So this will take employee model class as a parameter. And here, first of all, let's add res employee, employee equal new employee. So we will use this method to add a new employee. And this would be of type HTTP post. And let's also give it a route. So it would be API slash employee slash add employee. Here, let's also add response, response equal new response and return response. So here, if employee model dot type equal add, then only we will go to this if condition and then we'll try to add like employee dot first name equal employee model dot first name. So basically we will use this object to receive values from the React project. Whatever values we will receive here, we will assign those values to the employee class. All right. So let me quickly copy this and change the values. So last name, email, mobile. copy paste. This is for email, this is for last name. So here again, if employee is not equal null, it means we have something for our employee class, then db dot employees dot add employee and db dot save changes. Alright, so this will add our employee into database. Now response dot response code equal 200 and response dot response message equal employee added. Save, else response code 100, some error occurred. So save this. So this is for adding a method. All right. So let me go to this employee model. So let me tell you why I added this type file. So in this type we will receive value add, edit, delete. All right. So if you want, you can add multiple methods, but here I am just to minimizing code. I'm doing this kind of operation. All right. So let me also take this out. So this is for add. Let me copy and paste this. So if let's say update, so here we need to change this. So db dot entry employee dot state is equal to employee state dot modified. So if we receive the type parameter as update, then we need to update or modify the existing employee. All right. And here we will return the message updated. And we also need here employee dot id equal employee model dot id. Save. Now let's copy this again and paste. This is for delete. Here only change deleted. And employee deleted. Save. So this single method will responsible for add, update and delete. All right. So save this. Now go ahead and create another method. So route API slash employee slash get employees. This would be HTTP get, and now here public response get employees. No parameter will be required. So and response equal new response, and now list employees list employees is equal to new list employees. Now list employees is equal to db dot employees dot to list and response code is equal 200 and response message is equal to data fetched and response dot list employees is equal to list employees, and finally return response. So what we are doing here, basically we are simply creating a list of employees using entity framework, and we are assigning the list of employees to the response class. All right, so let's save this and let's add one more method. So route API slash employee slash employee by ID HTTP post and public response employee by ID, and here we will pass our employee class model employee model. Let me quickly copy this and also this. So here if employee model is not equal null and an employee model dot id greater than 0, then employee is equal to new employee, and here employee is equal to db dot employees dot first dot default. We'll use lambda expression, so x is equal to x dot id equal employee model dot id. So if the ID will match to the database employee, if any employee having the same ID which we are passing from the front end, so it will return that particular employee. All right. And once we get the employee, then response dot employee equal employee. So now we are putting that data to the response class. As finally, we will return the response class. All right. So save this. So we are ready with our web API. One is for add employee, which is add, update, delete. One is for returning all the employee list, and this one is for to get any particular employee. So save this. Let's try to build. So you can see build succeeded. There is no error. Try to run this. Now go to your React part. So here in this React application, I have installed, let me show you some packages. So one is Bootstrap, another one is Axios. All right. So I'll give you the command names in the description so you can install those packages. So let me remove and let's add fragment and now simply add some columns. So input type text and value will give it placeholder enter first name. Before that, let's add some state. So const first name, set first name, use state blank. So copy this quickly. Last name, email, mobile. Set last name, set email, set mobile. And let's also add one more, employees, set employees, and this would be blank array. We'll use this to store data for all employees. For this name, now on change, set first name, let's pass e as an event. So e dot target dot value. So let's copy this and add a br, paste, and finally add a button on click, handle submit, save, or let's say submit. This is for last name, this is for email, and this is for mobile. So set last name, set email, set employees, and let's add const handle submit, the event handler. So first try to alert all the values. So first of all, first name plus last name plus email plus mobile. Save. Now go to browser. So let's add anything. Oh, go to project and we need to pass some values. So for the first name, it would be first name. For last name, it would be last name. This is for this email, mobile. So refresh this. So let's say test last email, oh, 1 2 3. Why this is not allowing? Oops, this would be set mobile. Save, submit. We can see we are receiving all the values. Perfect. Let me give it a div style margin 0 auto and margin top 50 px. Control X, save. Zero. Nice. So now let's add our Axios call. So we are able to receive the values. So first of all, const URL is equal to, go to your web API. So this is your base URL, and let's add here const URL is equal to this. Now Axios dot post, but before that we need to add the data. So add data, first name. Make sure these left hand side values should be identical to your web API entity, not this one, to your these. All right, otherwise it will not receive your values. Last name, last name, email, email, mobile, mobile. Perfect. Let's make it uppercase, and finally type is add. Save. So as you can see, this is our base URL, but we still need to add the rest of the method. So URL, go to your project controller and copy this route URL and then this. So this is your complete URL, comma, comma, the data dot, then JSON dot catch error console dot log error. Perfect. Save. So here let's alert JSON dot stringify JSON. Save. Let's also go to our web API and put a breakpoint so that we can see what data we are receiving from the React project. So okay, let's try to refresh and give some meaningful information. manoj@gmail.com 123 submit. So go to web API project. So we are landed to web API. If you check your employee model, so we can see what values we are receiving from the front end. So email Manoj at the rate, first name Manoj, last name Deshwal, mobile this, and type at. So perfect. So now let's try to run it. So as you can see, the data has been saved. Click on continue. So you can see Response code is 200. Response message is employee added. Perfect. Okay. Now go to SQL database. Try to execute this command. So data is in SQL. Perfect. Go to your React project now and let me remove this and let's call set email blank, set mobile blank, set first name blank, set last name blank, and let's cut these and const clear clear and also create a get method. So const get employees and here we will use axios dot get and we will use URL and after that our get route. So API employees get employees. It will return the all employee list dot dot then JSON dot catch error console dot log error and inside the success let's call the method set employees and JSON dot data dot list employees. Save and create a use effect so that it will automatically call on the mount comma get employees. Save this and after this div let's add some br and here add a table so that we can okay, no tab has been added. So table inside this table first add t-had and then th serial number th first name last name th email th mobile and after t-had let's start t body and here let's check if employees has data then employees dot map employee and index return. So here we will return tr td. So emp dot first name. Before that let's add td index plus 1 just to show the row number, and also let's add a key, otherwise it will give key error or warning. Give index over here. Let's copy this. Last name, email, mobile. Save, and make first letter as caps. Save. So go to your page. As you can see, we have already generated our table. All right. As of now, I'm not focusing on the design part because I hope you will have already your designs once you work on your project. So, but let me give some styling with 500 px, background color, let's say orange. Okay, and margin 0 auto. Now let's try to give another name. So let's say manojdeshwal @gmail.com 123456. Submit. Let's remove this. Click on continue. So data has been added, but this is not refreshing automatically. Once you refresh the page, you'll get the another record. Why is that? So let's copy this method, and in your adding success, simply call this method. Nice. So again, let's add Aradhya Deshwal, Aradhya @gmail.com 1234567890. Submit. So you can see Aradhya has been added. Perfect. Now you can see we have successfully added our insertion, also the get method. Now go to your React project, and inside this let's add another, call it action, and it would be called span 2, and here give td and a button, let's say button added. Another one is delete. Save this, and on this, on click, handle added, and emp dot id. Save. Let's try to alert this id first. If I click id 1, id 2, perfect. So let's change this to handle added. Let's copy and also paste it over here and change it handle delete. Save. Now let's add two event handlers, const handle delete id. So here, if id greater than 0, then we need to post a method. So again, axios dot post, and first we need to create the data. So let's copy this data. Let's copy this entire function or axios call. So here, change the type, delete, and we don't require these fields, but we need id as id. And here, perfect, nothing else. So save, and now go to your React project. Okay, handle edit is not defined. Let's try to create const handle edit id, save. Now if I click on delete, let's again first check 3 records are there. Click on, let's say, click on second one. So I have clicked on Anu. So if I execute again, so the Anu has been deleted. So our delete method is working. So the insert method is working, all right, and the delete method is working. Now edit. So on edit, what we will do, we will, if I click on this edit button, so we will add this particular data into these fields. All right, so how we can do that? Go to here, inside this, let's again copy the same method, paste it over here, and let's change the type because we have some get employee by id, copy and paste, save. For this we don't need any type, so remove the type, not get employees. Also delete this clear method. Here, if JSON, then set first name as JSON dot data dot employee dot first name. Let's copy this and paste for set last name. So here last name, set email, set mobile, save. Go to your browser, refresh, click on edit. Let's try to put breakpoint over here. Click on edit. Okay. So we are getting our data. Perfect. So we have something wrong on React time. Okay, no problem. So go to this method, add it, and put a debugger over here. By this way, you will also get to know how you can debug your code on front end. All right. So click on F12, or you can go to your developer tools by clicking right click and inspect here. Now let's try to refresh the page and click on edit. So you can see we have on our handle edit method, sorry, function. So click on F10. So we have ID1, perfect. And put breakpoint over here and click remove breakpoint and click continue because we are getting data from web API part. So now we will see what is in JSON field. So JSON, inside JSON we have data. So JSON dot data dot employee dot first name. So I have given the same property JSON dot data dot employee dot first name. So what's wrong? Okay, let's go ahead. F10, F10, F10. Okay, perfect. As you can see, data has been added. Maybe that could be a refresh issue. Okay, let me again hard refresh. So control F5 or you can click here, right click, control F5. So now click on edit. So you can see the first row's data is there in the fields. If I click on this, so these fields are there. All right. So now we also need to make a change. So let's add another math from button over here. So here will update, update, save. Now go to your handle add method, handle submit, and copy this entire function, paste it over here, and handle update here, update, save, perfect. So now let's refresh, and if I click on here, so let's add Manoj1, Deshwal1, email ID Manoj123, and phone number will be 987654321. Also, once again, let's select this. So these are the actual values. If I click on update, something wrong. Oh, yes, I got the error. We also need to pass the ID. So handle update. Here we need to pass the ID, not ID. Let's add a state const employee ID set employee ID is equal to use state blank. So on the edit method, handle edit, we will set employee ID as ID. Save. On our update method, where is handle update? So here we will pass ID as employee ID. Save this. Now refresh, control F5, click on edit. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click on update. As you can see, the data has been updated. Manoj1, Deshwal1, 123 at gmail.com. Now go to your SQL Server, execute this command, this. So as you can see, we have simply created all the methods, insert, delete, update, and get. If you want, you can also put a row over here and give some drop down menus a simple text box so that you can perform your search. All right. So that I'm leaving for your homework that you will create a search bar over here and try to filter these records. All right. So this is for today. I hope you like the video. If you like this, kindly hit the like button, share, comment, and if you have any kind of problem, any kind of issue, or you need any kind of help regarding React.js project, regarding Web API project, or SQL database, entity framework, then you can connect me directly on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is Open Programmer. You can also get in the video description, and you can also email me. My email ID is my channel description, so you can get it from there. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.